Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Champions. This is Ramon Ray. We're going to talk about 3 ways to know you are in your zone of genius. 3 ways to know you're in your zone of genius. That's right, Tosh, to embrace that. This is Ramon Ray streaming live across multiple channels. I'm glad you're here. I've been chatting audio only with the Breakfast with Champions crew, all about motivation, education, inspiration with a high dose of positivity. And for sure, not only should you go to zoneofgenius.com for all your content to live life fulfilled in business and life, but definitely celebrityceo.com if you want to make more sales. Stop. Earn trust before you make more sales. And before you get more trust, you have to get attention of the right people. We do that at celebrityceo.com, and we are growing. So those are some things I do, celebrityceo.com, personal brand coaching, and of course, zoneofgenius.com. But today, we want to talk about 3 ways you can make sure you embracing and living your perfect zone of genius. It'll be quick, short, to the point. And then we're going to go back and embrace and see what the BWC audience has to say. And again, BWC crew, I'm going to keep streaming while you all input to me because I love to have you all amplified through my channels as well. Rachel Weaver has joined as well on the BWC side, Level Up PR. So 3 quick things. Just want to touch on how you can know you're living your true life fulfilled. 1, and these are things, not things that you have not heard, but I think it's a reminder, especially the second point. Hey, Joanne Flynn is here. What's up, Joanne? Number 1, do you love what you do? You need to really ask yourself this. Out of all the things you're doing, do you absolutely, intently love what you do? Let me explain something to you clearly. I absolutely love event hosting. I love it, love it, love it. Some of you may have seen my latest post. I'll be hosting a major event with Anthony Anderson. Yes, the Blackish actor and more. I'll be hosting a major event with him in October called Black Men Excel and other events that I host throughout the year and speaking at. I love hosting events and I love keynoting events around the world. I love it. I love it. I love it. I also love coaching in the celebrity CEO community. But you know what I don't love is the mechanics of putting it on custom networks and etc., which is why I have a team that can help me do that work that I don't love and don't do so well. So number 1, are you excited about what you do? Do you wake up in the morning excited about it? When I think about Angeline Moore does at KSA Systems, is she excited about funnels and landing pages and all that? Or not? She may just be excited about teaching it. When I think of Dr. Jeannie, does Dr. Jeannie love getting an RSS feed for her podcast connected to Podbeam and then connected to WordPress and then connected to ClickFunnels and then connected to StreamYard? I don't know if she loves that. Or does she love pouring into people, helping them find their next genius? You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying, people? So do you have a passion and an excitement for what you do, Felicia? Do you have a passion and an excitement for what you do, Christina Howard? Do you have a passion and excitement for it? Number two, I got a corporate cease letter from the vacation capital of the world, the state of New Jersey, telling me to terminate my company, Smart Hustle Media LLC, which is where I run my businesses through. It brought horror to my mind and my heart and my brain. Why did I get that letter? Because I kept ignoring the little blue slips that kept coming to me every few months saying, Ramon, you need to register. You need to file your business thingamajiggy. Because I don't love doing it. So I ignored it until the hammer came down and I had to pay a fine and fees and all kind of things. So my point being, you don't have to love the aspects of business that you don't love, like mainly filing your taxes, doing your bookkeeping, etc. But let me tell you something, people. You got to do it. And Julie Riga says, I love what I do. Yes, indeed. You've got to still do it. Even if you don't love it, you have to still do it. And or as you grow your business and you get to the place where you can delegate that to other people to help you do that. And then still, especially for us smaller businesses, there's some level of management that you have to do. So number 1, do you love what you do? The core of what you do, does it excite you? Let me explain something to you very clearly. If it doesn't excite you, if you don't wake up deliriously excited about what you're doing, I would dare say maybe you shouldn't be doing it. Rachel Weaver says yes, she loves PR and loves what she does and does it so well. I have worked with Rachel and she has gotten me publicity as well. So number two, again, to recap, do you love or are you able to do what you may not love, but that you're doing it? And number three is we're on this journey of embracing our entrepreneurial journey. And this is something that trips people up. And it may be very political, Dr. Jeannie. It may be very political, Stars Tina. It may be very political, Matt GPT. So let me know if I'm on the right track in a minute here. Maybe very political, but I think you should be the best at what you do. That's me. That's what I think. I think three ways we're talking about today to embrace your entrepreneurial journey, to embrace your entrepreneurial zone of genius. One, Matt's agreeing with me. Do you love what you do? Does it get you excited? Could you do it all day long? Could somebody come in with a cold bucket of water, splash it on you, smack you in the face, and put you outside butt naked? And could you still give a TED talk on it? Yes, I could, for the things I love to do. Absolutely. That's number one. Number two, understanding in business, it's not always things that we like to do. You know how many hours I spent getting this and that set up? Oh, Karen Isaacs is here. What's up, Karen? Love me some Karen Isaacs. Aging icon, amazing human. So number two, even if you don't love those things, you better make sure you're able to do them. And number three, are you the best at what you do? Now, here's the political part of it. Several things that I do. One is being a professional speaker. And I don't like to use the word professional speaker because many people who are professional speakers, I don't see myself as them because they're too professional for me. Dr. Jeannie will understand what I mean. She can help me break that down. And I think you should be professional, but it's something I have in my own head. My point being is this. There's many people trying to be something that you're not. Let me be very clear. Here's what I mean. I know tech. When my other company was smallbiztechnology.com, I had the mantle of being a technologist, a mantle of being that. Smallbiztechnology.com, that company, that blog, I sold. However, I must say, when it comes to really, really knowing tech, Matt GPT will wrap circles around me. My friend Crystal Washington will wrap circles around me. Angeline Moore will wrap circles around me. They're the true geeks and nerds. Now, I can get around WordPress and ClickFunnels and all these kind of tools, Keep and all this. I've used it for 20 years. But I'm not the goat of it, if you get what I mean. I don't do it. Well, I do it day in and day out, but I don't wear that mantle. I don't do like a little programming on the side. They do that probably. Do you see the difference? Now, what I can do, I bet I can give the best keynote speech about the future of technology. I bet I can do that. I own that hands down. I'll crush the stage of anybody. You get the difference I'm saying? So understand, what can you be the very best at? And or what can you grow into as well? This is something that we need to understand. Because if I'm trying to fit into being something that I'm not the best at, people will smell that and understand. I'm going to take a pause here real quick, everybody. We're live streaming on Facebook, live streaming on YouTube, live streaming on LinkedIn, live streaming across the Ramon Ray platforms. But I want to invite the BWC audience and community. Anything I said here thus far resonated with anyone? On mic, say your name, and I'd love to have your voice also heard on the other platforms we have. Anybody? If nobody, it's okay. I don't feel alone.
I'll jump in.
Who's that? Oh, Dr. Jeannie. Yes, please go.
And I really liked what you said about being the best at what you do. I think just reminding us, regardless of where we are in our growth, we're always in our growth. So reminding us to be 1% better, 5% better, 10% better. I think that's just always such a strong message. Thank you.
You're welcome, Dr. Jeannie. I'm curious, when you say that also, is it also a progression, Dr. Jeannie? Do you and should I and others on this platform try to do a little better all the time? Or is there a certain excellence we reach and stop? Talk about that. I'm curious. Let's go one level deeper in that.
Well, my philosophy is we're always trying to be better. And we're also trying to learn how to apply. What did I learn from that? Whether it was a positive thing, a negative thing, you tripped when you danced or you did the solo dance. I think that is part of how we stay not only better, but how we stay fresh, relevant, connecting with our with our audiences, whatever that audience is.
I love it. And Dr. Jeannie, for those who don't know you, and those who are just hearing your voice, Dr. Jeannie, could you remind everybody who you are, what you do, and how we find you? I always like to amplify, because I know on the Clubhouse side we know each other, but this is now being streamed. Your audio is being streamed to a much wider network. So just say who you are, your full name, and how to reach you. And then I think maybe Tina may have unmiked. We'll see in a minute. Dr. Jeannie, the mic's yours again. Tell us who you are.
Thank you, Ramon. I'm Dr. Jeannie Snyder, and I help people connect the genius that they have. And so I work with people with intersections and connections that make them stronger leaders of leaders. So that's who I work with, leaders of leaders. I do that through speaking on stage, emceeing, consulting, and coaching. You can find me at jeanniesnyder.com. It's Jeannie like in the bottle, Genie, Snyder, SNYDER.com. Thank you, Ramon.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Dr. Jeannie. All right. Anybody else wanted to jump in before we move on? Anybody else? Tina, please.
Hey there, Ramon. Tina, yes. So I just want to thank you again for that reminder. It's kind of like when you're driving on a road and you kind of fall off to the side, and you get that person to keep bringing you back. Yes, I am a fitness professional. That is my main core. Yes, I can do other things that I'm really good at. And I just got a little epiphany when you were speaking this morning. Okay, Tina, so keeping your main thing, fitness is what pushes me to, as I coach people to get through their traumas. Yes, I can teach people other things as well, but at the end of the day, focus on that one thing. And for me, it's no more traumas, and I do that through fitness. Even though I'm great at helping people with business, I'm the best at pushing people through their traumas. So thank you again for the reminder, Ramon.
Oh, you are so welcome. Tina, one more time, tell us who you are, what you do, and please promote yourself a bit if you don't mind. Not only it's good to promote ourselves every now and then to the audience who we think knows us, but as I said to Dr. Jeannie, Tina, I'm gonna have a wider audience. I'm live streaming now, so I wanted people to hear your voice on my networks. Please tell us again who you are and how we can reach you.
Yes. So I am Tina, and I'm so grateful to have this amazing Ramon Ray in my life. I am a fitness professional and an author. My book is coming out. It's called No More Traumas. And in this book, I share a little bit of my experience and how I can help you get through your trauma. So if you're looking to go from good to great to amazing, tap into me. I'm also an amazing person and public speaker. So thank you for the recognition, Ramon. Throwing it back to you.
Absolutely. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Justin Conoco, good morning. Good to have you here. So we have about 11 minutes to go. And I just want to add a few more things about being the best at what you do and help to demystify this. When we're starting out, oftentimes there's a lot of hats you have to wear. My friend Lauren Feldman has one of the best podcasts in the world. In fact, I recommend his podcast above my own podcast. That's how good it is. It's called 21 Hats Podcast, 21 Hats Podcast. And he talks about how business owners, the entrepreneurial journey, were wearing many hats. The good, the bad, the ugly of entrepreneurship. So it's important to understand that we have to do multiple things, especially as we're growing. But I do think, as we're talking today about are you thriving in your zone of genius, to hone in on what you do best. And the ideal way, and I'm going to open up comments here in a bit soon, the ideal way is how can you leverage and build a team, as Seth Godin says, a small team. I'm not talking about building multi-billion-dollar, trillion-dollar companies here. I'm talking about people earning $500,000, $1 to $2, $3 million in revenue with a small ninja team. And as Seth Godin says, you be able to serve who you want to serve at a premium, not selling cheap, getting the best, as it were, ninjas on your team, the best at the best on your team, enabling you to do then what you do best. When I think about this event I'm pulling together in New York City, the Entrepreneurial Awards that Justin Conoco, Dr. Jeannie, Tina, and others are on here, all they're listed, and are coming. A few premium people who I've asked to attend there as we're selling tickets. I'm amazed because what I do well is put together events. What I do well is host events. Now, do I want to worry about the organizational aspect of the event? No, but that's what I have Liz Caruso for and others who will jump in when I do large events. When I think about zoneofgenius.com, guess what, people? Let me tell you a secret. We are all in the green this week. That means our traffic is growing. Traffic is growing. Lee Hayes is here. Our traffic is growing. Why? Yes, I'm great at creating blogs. I've started several blogs and I've sold 2 blogs and one other event business. So I, done it 3 times now. I kind of know what I'm doing. But am I the master of SEO? I can get down and dirty on SEO, but SEO is so big and complex. I got people on my team who can work with me and who can do it better. So that's zoneofgenius.com. When I think of Ramon Ray speaking, am I the best at finding deals and closing deals and all these things? No, but I can do okay. But thank God I have Lee Hayes, who I'm in her stable as a speaker, professional speaker. But the one thing I can do well is master the stage. So as you're thinking about growing in your journey, and if you're like me, and I know Stars Tina's like me, we probably do too many things. I'm building zoneofgenius.com, which is a growing blog. I'm building celebrityco.com, which is how we teach people the art of personal development. And then I have my speaking business and other things. And working with Mary Lynn and Dora Maria and Christina Howard to manage and grow this community as best we can. It's a lot on one's plate. But I'm every day waking up trying to be crystal clear, Ramon. Here's the few things you should do and what you do well and what you shouldn't do. Let me jump into the BWC community. Anybody want to unmic? Anything I said resonated with you? Feel free. Thank you. Lee Hayes says, Ramon, love working with you. Great speaker. From her lips to God's ears. Anybody else on the BWC side want to jump in while we have about 8 minutes to go?
Can I go? This is Veronica Atkins.
Veronica Atkins, you can always go. Always. You have like a hall pass. You have a perpetual, forever hall pass. It says VA on it. Veronica Atkins, you can speak whenever you want. Go, Veronica Atkins. The mic is yours. And keep it off mute.
Yes. Oh, sorry. So can you guys hear me now?
Oh, no, I was saying, I was adding to my theatrics, saying just keep it off mute so you can just talk whenever you want.
All right. Well, since we're going live, let me tell you guys, Ramon is the best and the baddest there is. This man keeps us driven. And that is not easy. With everything going on in the world, to have a leader like this man that is constantly keeping us pumped. But what you said to me, sir, was, am I excited about it? And that's what I want to think about. All weekend long, I was so freaking excited. And I realized when I was sitting by that water with Stars Tina, one of my top inspirations, I was like, my God, if I'm not waking up like this every day, excited, like I can't go back to my regular way of living. I can't do it. The way that I felt that this weekend is how I want to feel for the remainder of my life. And so thank you, sir, for answering, like reminding us about that. I can't go back to the office. I love Morgan Stanley. I love them so much. I will promote them, but I cannot go back to the office because I don't feel excited sitting at a desk, staring at a window with a bunch of hating women staring at me because I have myself together. I don't want to do it. I want to live my life freely with people like Mary Lynn and Stars Tina and Trisha and Debbie and you that let me be all parts of who I am and let me know that I'm free to do that. And I want to empower people. I love seeing people live their life financially on their terms, which is why I'm a financial empowerment coach. And I also am a notary loan signing agent, because I believe that people deserve to live the life they want to live financially, not deserve the life they have to live financially. So thank you, sir, for letting me remind myself, why am I going to get up? Why am I pushing myself with a damn nebulizer? And my heart is tired, my body's tired. I'm not going to stop because of you, Ramon, because you are the person that's coaching Stars Tina. And you push Queen Renee. And I can't get through some of these damn mornings without Stars Tina. So I thank you so much for bringing her in my life. The way you pump her up, she pumps us up because of you. And we need you. And if those of you that are listening, this man will change your life. So that's all I got to say. Thank you.
It's moments like this, Veronica, when I think we realize how much we need each other. I was at the United Nations working a full-time job, Veronica. I was there for over 10 years. One of my Tinas, his name was Yakov Urinsky. I would go to his office during lunch. I was getting paid. And the UN's a great organization. But it wasn't for me. He would show me how he's building his business. He would show me how he's hiring people. Show me how he's leading his teams. He would confide in me on things. Even now, he's confiding me in things. We're still in touch. Veronica's name is Yakov Urinsky. That was the person who pushed me forward when I was not a full-time entrepreneur. I can think of Mr. Chidambaranathan at the UN. When I was in my darkest days, Veronica, it was Mr. Chidambaranathan, his thick Indian accent would say, Ramon, don't be angry. Don't write the email today. Write it tomorrow because you're too angry. And I mimic him in honor of him. I love that man. So, Veronica, I hear you. We all need a cheerleader. We all need somebody who encourages us, somebody who we can lean on. So thank you, Veronica, for being in this. We'll take one more minute before I stop the live stream, and I'll continue on Clubhouse for another 2 minutes. But anybody else wanted to share or say anything today that this may have touched you?
Ramon Ray, how are you,
Justin,
my friend?
I'm good, brother. Good to hear your voice, Justin Conoco.
Yeah, good to hear you as well. I want to share a story. Actually, I was at my in-laws dealership last week, and my daughter's 9. And when I was there, I was working out of that office because I had some stuff going on in that little pocket of the area. So I was visiting them for lunch and whatnot. And I was working at the front desk. Now, my daughter's 9. She has a job there. If you call this dealership, she'll pick up the phone. She'll say, Grogan Classics, Faith speaking. And she'll patch the call through to whoever it is. What's fascinating is I listened to her answering phones. I mean, the excitement in her voice that she gets to do that is beyond anything you can imagine. Now, I also got to watch her running around filling up people's printers with paper and all of the different things. And I think if we can look at our lives and our opportunities and what we get to do on a daily basis with childlike wonder, what perspective that would change. So when I go to the office today and I take out the garbage and I change out the water and I do things that people may not think I should be doing, given what I do in my business, I want you to think about being a kid and getting the opportunity to attack life today.
Wow, Justin, that is powerful, man. And you're right. And isn't it amazing, Justin? One other thing I'll share before we get ready to close here, Justin, is that I think, Justin, I was talking about this with my wife as we were having some hot pot yesterday, Justin, that God has put inside of us humans things we just can't fight against unless we squelch it. You know, the happiness your daughter has just to serve, just to do something, that wanting to be a part of life. That's what God's put inside of us. And didn't Jesus say that? Be like a little child. That's, I think, Justin, what he meant. Hit me back on that, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, it's without a doubt. Like, I'm actually writing out a post today about, I got interviewed by Scott McGilvery. He's a huge TV star. And he talked about, like, what's the one thing we're focused on in our business? Biggest misconception is I'm chasing being an influencer or content creation or social media or followers. I could care less about the vanity metrics. I want to be known as a craftsman, no different than a carpenter, an artist, an actor, just happen to be in the real estate space, right? So I think if everybody can look at whatever they're doing from that lens, life is exciting. Even when it's not, even when you're in seasons of attrition and you got to go through that burning process, that fire creates resilience and opportunity. So everything is good, just depends on how you look at it.
Wow, Justin Conoco, I appreciate it. And again, on the live stream side, we're going to close the live stream.